If you're a foodie, you've come to the right place. In today's world, we're more connected than ever and always on the hunt for healthier choices and exciting new flavors. But guess what? What you see isn't always what you're getting. And I mean that in the worst way possible. From fake olive oil to counterfeit coffee, I'm about to expose some of the most faked foods out there. So let's get started. I'm Mike with List 25, and here are the 25 most faked foods in the world. 25. Olive oil. We all love a drizzle of olive oil on our salad, right? But that liquid gold might not be as golden as you think. Some olive oils are cut with cheaper oils like soybean or seed oil, or in the worst case scenario, it isn't even olive oil at all. If you want the real deal, look for extra virgin on the label. Skip pure or light. And the producer definitely gets bonus points for a harvest date and estate name. The more details on the label, the better your chance of getting the real deal. If you see an FFA, free fatty acidity, level listed, you might just have hit the olive oil jackpot, so to speak. 24. Honey. Despite their appearance, a shocking amount of honey on store shelves contains syrups and sugars masquerading as the real thing and offering little in the way of health benefits. Fake honey is cheaper to produce and often drives down the price of real honey too. It ends up being a snowball effect since the adulterated honey floods the market, making it even harder to find the authentic product. So, how do you sniff out the real from the fake? Well, the easiest way to test your honey's purity is to do the water test. Simply drop a bit of honey in a glass of water. If your honey is real, it'll sink to the bottom, while fake honey will dissolve or leave white traces. 23. Fish. There is a significant seafood fraud problem in the world, with companies substituting faux fish for expensive varieties like salmon and crab. Fake fish is cheaper, allowing companies to boost profits while misleading consumers. The practice is in fact so widespread that studies show that up to 75% of certain fish varieties might be mislabeled. To ensure you're getting quality seafood, scrutinize the labels for specifics like wild caught and the exact fish species. Vague labels should definitely raise concerns. Opt for whole fish or shellfish whenever possible. It's harder to substitute species this way. Remember, if a seafood deal seems too good to be true, it probably is. 22. Maple syrup. If you're a morning pancake type of person, then I think you'd agree that pancakes deserve nothing but the real deal. Unfortunately, our supermarket shelves are overflowing with imposters labeled breakfast syrup or pancake syrup, promising maple flavor but delivering nothing but sugary flavored water. How to spot the real maple syrup? It's actually super easy. Genuine maple syrup will only have one ingredient listed: maple sap. No fillers, no mystery ingredients, just pure maple goodness. 21. Truffles. Truffles. The word itself screams fancy dinner, right? In reality, most truffle-flavored foods you find on menus don't actually contain truffles at all. Real truffles are crazy expensive because they can't be grown on farms, they have a super short shelf life, and require delicate handling. Think hundreds of dollars an ounce, not a $10 pasta. So how do you avoid the fake truffle trap? Check the prices. Real truffles cost more than your phone bill, and if you're chowing down in Truffle Central, think France or Italy, there's a better chance it's real. The real thing will have a powerful, unforgettable aroma and be firm and bumpy, not smooth or spongy. 20. Scallops. Scallops are a popular seafood choice, but beware, you might not always get what you pay for. Millions of consumers are unknowingly eating imitation scallops made from cheaper fish like skate, shark, or even surimi, fish paste. And even if you're lucky enough to buy real scallops, you might be paying extra for water, since a lot of the companies add water to the meat to increase weight and profit. When shopping for them, remember that the real deal will never be perfectly round. If a scallop has one thicker side, it might be skate or stingray. Real scallops have visible grain or fibers running lengthwise and will have a consistent thickness throughout. And give them a sniff. Fresh scallops will have a mild, sweet aroma. If it smells fishy, put your wallet back in your pocket. 19. Balsamic vinegar. Balsamic vinegar can be found on tables worldwide and gets splashed on everything from fast food fries to Michelin-starred dishes. And yet, most of what you've probably tasted up to now wasn't balsamic vinegar at all. Authentic aceto balsamico tradizionale is a work of years. Good quality takes 12 years, while the very best can take 25 or more. This meticulous process explains why it's so rare and expensive. A tiny bottle can set you back 125 euros, which is around $135, and with only 8,000 liters produced annually, well, it's no wonder. Unearthing the true balsamic experience might require some detective work. Read labels carefully. Tradizionale is the golden ticket, and produced with mozzocotto is a must. Anything else is likely a blend or simply colored and flavored vinegar. 18. Coffee. Coffee fuels our mornings, but billions are lost to counterfeit beans. The massive global market, which rakes in over $495 billion annually, is full of fraudsters who serve up watered-down versions or blends with cheap substitutes like chicory root. Even big brands like Nestle and Starbucks have faced knockoffs. To spot a fake bean, you can try a simple floating test at home. Real coffee beans tend to float, while fake ones often sink. If you want to safeguard yourself, choose established coffee shops or roasters with a good reputation and look for certifications. Some coffee beans have certifications that guarantee your origin and quality. Very cheap coffee is also more likely to be fake, so the price tag is often a dead giveaway. 17. Cinnamon. We all know and love the warm, sweet spice that takes our gingerbread cookies and snickerdoodles to the next level. But when it comes to cinnamon, beware. The real thing is Ceylon cinnamon, which comes from Sri Lanka. It's delicate, sweet, and has a light brown color. Cassia cinnamon, the cheaper kind most stores sell, is stronger and reddish brown. Your choice of cinnamon matters because Cassia cinnamon comes with a compound called coumarin, which is safe in small amounts, but not ideal in large quantities. To be 100% sure that you're using the real thing, buy Ceylon cinnamon sticks and grind them yourself. If that's too much of a hassle, look for reputable brands like Nature Vibe Botanicals or Simply Organic, and rather buy real Ceylon cinnamon. 16. Black pepper. Black pepper fraud? Yeah, it's a thing, and it comes in the form of additives like flavored papaya seeds. I kid you not. To avoid the peppery predicament, you should simply grab whole peppercorns instead. It's harder to fake a whole peppercorn, so you're more likely to get the real stuff. You can also test it by giving your peppercorn a squeeze. Real ones will crack easily, releasing the telltale strong scent and leaving a slight oil residue behind. 15. Wasabi. Believe it or not, over 95% of the wasabi that gets served in restaurants is fake. The green imposter paste is usually a blend of horseradish, mustard, and food coloring, which mimics the real deal, but doesn't have its authentic flavor and kick. So that means, chances are, you've never actually tasted real wasabi. Genuine wasabi comes from the Wasabi japonica plant stem, and is grated fresh. This releases potent flavor compounds that fade quickly, making fresh wasabi a precious and pricey treat. Next time you crave a wasabi kick, consider asking for freshly grated wasabi. And if you want to be a true wasabi aficionado, it might be time to venture into the world of wasabi rhizomes. 14. Parmesan cheese. If you're a cheese connoisseur with a penchant for Parmesan, you deserve the real deal, not some pale imitation masquerading as the king of cheeses. Unfortunately, supermarket shelves overflow with Parmesan imposters, boasting similar names, but lacking the true depth of flavor. Real Parmigiano Reggiano wears its crown proudly. Look for wheels adorned with Parmigiano Reggiano and DOP markings. These tiny pin dots also reveal the cheese's birth date and a unique dairy ID, ensuring its authenticity. 13. Vanilla. Most of us are well aware that our commercially bought vanilla flavoring doesn't contain a lot of, well, vanilla. But did you know that 99% of the world's vanilla is fake? The real thing is made from vanilla beans, fancy orchid pods that require hand pollination because bees don't travel well. These precious pods, mainly from Madagascar, are steeped in alcohol, resulting in the complex flavor profile. Imitation vanilla, on the other hand, is a synthetic concoction often made from petroleum. Unfortunately, spotting the fake is tricky, and taste tests are unreliable. Imitation vanilla often packs a stronger punch, but real extract boasts a whole symphony of flavors: floral, woodsy, and even hints of oak. The fact of the matter is that the imitation usually wins when it comes to what we buy, purely because of its pricing. And it gets worse. much worse. But speaking of food, you want to know what else is good food for the soul? Liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing? I mean, it really helps the channel so we can keep making these awesome videos for you. Oh, and don't forget our socials. 12. Caviar. Researchers in Germany recently revealed that nearly 30% of caviar sold in Europe is fake. Even worse, some aren't even fish eggs. It's a mystery mix of unidentified DNA, maybe sturgeon leftovers, and who knows what else. If you're big on caviar, there are several ways you can ensure you're buying the real deal. Real caviar has a beautiful, clean appearance. The fake stuff might have a film or residue on the eggs or excess of liquid that doesn't match the egg color. Not to mention that real caviar is a flavor explosion. Always check the ingredients before you buy. Real caviar uses sturgeon roe and salt, while fakes will come with thickeners, broths, and artificial flavors. 11. Wagyu Beef. Have you ever tried Wagyu Beef? The marbled meat's popularity has skyrocketed in recent years and has presented us with a growing problem: fakes. So, how do you avoid this bovine bait and switch? Look for its grading. Real Japanese Wagyu gets graded like a champion. Only the A-listers, the cuts that hit the highest marks, get crowned the true Wagyu. So if you see Wagyu on a menu or in a store, see if they mention the grading. A5 is at the top. Or where the beef comes from in Japan. Remember, real Wagyu is a splurge, so a cheap price tag might be telling enough. 10. Saffron. We all know saffron is a spice royalty, and with a price tag between $1,100 and $11,000 per kilo, it is easy to see why. Hand-harvested for its vibrant color and intoxicating aroma, this luxurious spice can elevate any dish. But with such value comes imposters. Luckily, unlike vanilla, spotting the pretender is easy, and it comes in the form of, you guessed it, a water test. If placed in water, real saffron will take its time and slowly release a golden hue. Any imitation will turn the water red within seconds. 9. Milk. Almond, coconut, rice, and soy. Milk has undergone a significant change in recent years. And now, yet another challenger has entered the ring. Lab-grown alternatives are shaking things up with their variations of genetically engineered yeast programmed to churn out the same proteins found in cow's milk. According to these producers, their milk is perfect since it's lactose-free, hormone-free halo, and kinder to the environment. Have any of you tried it? 8. Fruit juice. Berries, superfruits, and fancy packaging often dupe consumers looking for healthier options when it comes to what we drink. Parents might even feel smug satisfaction when giving their child apple juice instead of soda. I mean, come on, it's from fruit. Unfortunately, your juice might be fooling you. Even labels boasting 100% fruit juice can be deceiving. You see, economic adulteration is a real thing. That means your juice might be diluted with cheaper options like apple or grape juice, different berries, or even sugar water or high fructose corn syrup. So, how do you avoid the fakes? Check the label. Real fruit should be first on the list, not apple juice or sugar. Research the company, and if you're still not sure if the product you're buying is the real thing, contact a dietitian. 7. Wine. Nothing is holy in the world of fakery. Case in point, even fake wine is a booming $3 billion industry. Wine fraudsters operate in 3 ways: by creating fake labels and bottles, by adulterating cheap wine to resemble the real thing, and by running fake investment schemes. If wine is your thing, the best way to protect yourself is to scrutinize the label for printing inconsistencies, check the bottle's shape and weight for authenticity, research labeling regulations for the specific wine, and examine the cork and capsule for signs of tampering. Ultimately, your best defense is to buy from trusted sources and do your research before parting with your hard-earned cash. 6. Oregano. Just like your olive oil, honey, saffron, and even your favorite fish, your oregano might be completely fake. Studies consistently reveal oregano bulked up with imposters like olive and even sumac leaves. In fact, a recent study in food chemistry found that 90% of tested oregano samples contained filler, with some being over 50% fake. Yikes! The good news is that researchers are getting good at sniffing out the fakers. A team at Queen's University Belfast has developed a rapid and effective method using mass spectrometry that can now detect just about any surprise ingredient in your oregano. But why fake something as common as oregano? For large-scale businesses, even a small amount of filler in huge quantities translates to big profits. Garlic, paprika, and even rice can be targets. So nothing is safe. 5. Crab. Imitation crab is all about mimicking the taste and texture of crab meat, but it's usually made with minced fish, starches, and a limitless variety of additives. Crab sticks, in particular, are a clever invention from Japan. In 1974, Sugio Company introduced the world to kanikama, flaked imitation crab meat. A year later, Osaki Suisan followed suit with the now familiar crab stick format. So, how can you tell the real deal from the imitation? Check the label. Real crab should be labeled clearly. If it says crab sticks or crab with a K, it's likely an imposter. And don't trust the front of the package either. Flip it over and scrutinize the ingredients list. Real crab won't have a laundry list of processed ingredients. 4. Butter. If you're still stuck in the world of butter and its longtime rival margarine, I have news for you. Plant-based butters are here and, well, they taste good. Forget everything you know about butter, churned cream, classic spread, and margarine, vegetable oils, terrible health rep. The plant-based spreads are lactose-free, vegan, and free of those bad-for-you trans fats. Plus, some brands claim they cook and bake just like the real butter, which says a lot. If you ask me, plant-based butters might be the healthier option thanks to the lack of trans fats and potentially less saturated fat. But taste matters too. Luckily, some plant-based options mimic butter incredibly well. The best way to decide? Well, go buy some and give it a try. Still partial Kerrygold, hell yeah. 3. Rice. Plastic rice conspiracy theories have been swirling around the internet for ages, and they just won't die out. Some believers even swear by the water test to sniff out the plastic grains. Yeah, fake rice scandals, such as mixing fillers with real rice, have happened. Scary, but not plastic nightmares. And the water test? Real rice can float too, so it's unreliable. So, can we toss the plastic rice panic into the recycling bin? Well, ideally, yes, but let's face it, the world isn't always sunshine and perfectly regulated food markets. In some places, food safety might be a bit relaxed. Widespread contamination by plastic rice might be unlikely, but it doesn't hurt to be cautious, especially if you're buying from unfamiliar sources. 2. Tea. People have been brewing fake tea for centuries. Back in the day, tea could be anything. From tree leaves mixed with a bit of sheep dung to regular leaves dyed a suspicious shade of green with a chemical called Prussian blue, which wasn't exactly a health tonic. The Victorians freaked out about it, and stricter laws and sciencey ways to sniff out the fakes were born. However, the problem still exists today. Just a few years ago, in 2018, India seized a ton of fake tea dust. And in 2012, China was caught selling already used tea leaves as brand new. Luckily, food safety regulations are getting stricter, making it harder to sneak the bad stuff in. 1. Chocolate. Fake chocolate? Oh, come on, we can handle weird hot dogs, questionable cheese, and fishy crab sticks, but leave the chocolate alone. Unfortunately, fake chocolate is a thing, and it's not going anywhere. The fakers swap in lower grade beans, bulk up the bars with mystery oils, and even slap fake labels on them to trick you. Luckily, science is fighting back. In 2013, scientists figured out a way to fingerprint cocoa beans, which means they can track where the beans come from and expose the imposters. But there's a catch. The testing is expensive, which might mean higher prices down the line. Still, if these tests work, we'll know exactly what we're paying for. No more fake chocolates, because let's be real, messing with chocolate is a crime against humanity. So, what do you think? Is messing with chocolate a crime against humanity? Let me know in the comments. Oh, and hey, if you enjoyed today's video, you will love the one we did a while back on 25 unexpectedly nutritious junk foods. That's right, 25 junk foods that actually have some hidden health benefits. I'm talking dark chocolate's antioxidants, sweet potato fries packed with vitamins, and then some. So, to go to that video now, simply click on this link right here. Click it. Do it. Let's go.